this is Paolo, and today I wanted to talk to you about how to use your HX Stomp with Loopy Pro and add some looper functionality a bit more advanced than what's already in the Stomp. As always, if you enjoy this kind of videos, remember to like and subscribe down here. So you've seen in the video what Loopy can do. So first thing we're gonna do is set up our HX Stomp. So let's delve into the HX edit. So the first thing you want to do is open Command Center. Once you open Command Center, we're going to assign a MIDI note or a control change to each of the foot switches. To do that, you just select the foot switch, then select the kind of message you wanted to use. In this case, we're going to use note on. I've used C3. We're going to make it momentarily. You can choose the color so it matches the color that you've used in Loopy Pro. Same thing here, the note is C sharp, and in this case for the third foot switch I've used a control change just to show you what you can do. Then because Loopy can also send MIDI messages back to the HX Stomp, we want to make so that some of the functionality are controlled by MIDI. In my case, I like for Loopy Pro to turn on the octaver in the HX Stomp. So when I record my bass loop, it turns on the octaver, and then when the loop is finished, it turns it off, and I can immediately start playing whatever I want. To do that, we select the pitch block. We go in this section, we select a simple pitch, that is my octaver. Then we choose bypass in this case, and we're gonna assign control change number 10. Okay, and you can do that with any of the effects. Another thing that you have to remember is that control change 69 is the control change that controls the snapshot. So control change 69 with value 0 is the first snapshot, control change with value 1 is the second snapshot, and control change with value 2 is the third snapshot. So this kind of concludes the preparation for the HX Stomp. Okay, now let's set up Loopy Pro. To make sure that the foot switches in the HX Stomp control the loops in Loopy Pro, it's really easy. You just need to go to MIDI Learn, select the desired loop, and then click on the foot switch you like. There you go. In this case, it has taken a slightly different value that it's easy to go and correct. I go and choose on, and that's it. Now if I press this foot switch, it's gonna turn on the loop, and when I press it again, it's gonna finish recording and start playing. And if I press again, it's gonna stop the loop. And then just repeat the same process for the other loops. Now every foot switch turns on and off the assigned loop. One function that I wanna add is a stop all loops. I don't have any other foot switch on the HX Stomp, so I'm just gonna do it with a widget in Loopy Pro. To do it, just click on the pencil, add widget, make it the size you like, then call it stop. Click on press, play stop, target all the loops, save, and I'm gonna change the quantization and just put it as none, so it'll stop immediately and it won't wait like for a bar or whatever value you assign. And that's it. I'm gonna change the color because I want to make it nicer. Gonna make it a nice blue. And there I am. Now if I turn on my loop, and I press stop, same thing you can do for any function that are available in Loopy Pro. There are a million. So these are all the action you can do with a widget, and for every action you can add all these parameters. So I have one button to clear everything, so I can restart, play and stop. And another button is assigned to change from my snapshot to the snapshot 2, that is my solo sound. If you see, when I press this button, it changes the snapshot in my HX Stomp. To do that, it's really easy. I'm gonna go there, press, and I'm gonna choose send MIDI message, and then I'm gonna choose control change 69. That's the control change that controls the snapshot. And then I have value 1. Value 1 is my second snapshot, and value 0 is my first snapshot. So it's alternate between my solo sound and my rhythm sound, basically. Another thing that's really handy, that I know only Loopy does, is this. For every loop, I can choose a follow action. Follow action means that when Loopy starts to do something or stop to do something, it'll do another action that I can choose. In this case, I want Loopy to turn on my octaver when the bass loop is starting and turn it off when it's finished. I'm gonna go with begin record, and what I'm gonna do is, again, send me the message. Send me the message. In this case, it's gonna be control change. As we've seen before, I've assigned control change number 10, value 127. That means it'll turn it on. And then I am gonna assign HX Stomp as the MIDI destination, and that's it. I've done the same when finished recording. Finished recording is still gonna send control change number 10, but with value 0, so it'll turn off. So you can see how powerful and customizable Loopy Pro is, and how easy it is to control everything with it. So the only thing you need is a USB cable coming off the HX Stomp and an adapter to USB-C in my case, or the camera kit or the lightning to USB, and you add so many capabilities. It's also possible that for every loop you can have different effects. In my case, for the bass loop, the green one, I have a plugin that simulates the bass amp, and for my percussion loop I have all sorts of stuff. I have an harmonic enhancer, I have a transient shaper, I have a compressor, and I have an EQ. The HX Stomp is great, but it only has 3 switches, so I always use with it my MC6. In this case, what I can do is that I can add more loops, I can add more functionality, so I don't have to touch the screen of the iPad at all. Here, instead of 3 loops, I have 6, and I can control the extra loops with my extra switches in the MC6. And now I have a dedicated button for stop or to undo, so I can cancel my last loop or the last thing I've done. And I have a foot switch that changes from my lead sound to my rhythm sound. To use the MC6, I need to allow MIDI through the HX Stomp, and at the moment there's a little bug while using Loopy Pro and the loops. So what I'm doing is filtering the MIDI signals from the HX Stomp to Loopy Pro and vice versa using MIDifier. It's really easy to set up, but you can do the same thing with AUM if you already own it. Loopy Pro updates are coming thick and fast, so I'm quite sure that if you're watching this in the future, you'll probably won't need MIDifier. And this is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, remember to like and subscribe down here, and see you for the next one. Bye!